Hello, everyone, and welcome to another session with me, Sonia Grimes, the alcohol control coach. And if you haven't met me before, welcome to my channel, Insights from a Formerly Drunk Mother, where I share my unique perspective of regaining control over alcohol, breaking free from your daily drinking, and having effortless control where alcohol becomes a choice. A glass of wine becomes a choice, not a need, and never a bottle. So I'm popping on today to talk to you about boundaries, which are so hugely important in any part of life. And it is your boundaries around yourself, not around alcohol, that determine your success. And the reason I'm coming on to do this now is I've just finished with an absolutely wonderful client, another good-hearted, kind, lovely midlife woman like myself, like you, and she's been in my program now for this is her third week, and she has done amazingly. She was drinking a bottle plus of wine a night, and she was also having a shot of wine in the morning as well. And in the first 2 weeks, she didn't want to never drink again. She wanted to be in control of alcohol. She wanted it to be a choice, not a need. She wanted to be able to have a social drink out with friends and then stop. She didn't want to be drinking at home in the evenings. And all of that has changed. And it's been an effortless change because the change is easy. Stopping drinking is not hard. Stopping drinking is literally because most of us have had periods of abstinence, whether it's been dry January or sober October, and we've done well, and we've thought, wow, I've got it this time, I've cracked it. And then we find ourselves inexplicably, or it seems like a form of madness, slipping back into our old habits. Like, what the hell happened? The very fact that you can stop for one day means you can stop on any day. And in dry January and sober October, the collective energy is so high and there's so much support and most of your friends are doing it, it's much easier to not drink. And this is where boundaries come in, to stay not drinking, to stay in control of alcohol, for it to be a social glass, an occasional social glass, has got nothing to do with alcohol and everything to do with how you protect your boundaries, how you live your life, and the awareness that alcohol has been a form of comfort to you in intention, not result. So this is what the boundaries do. Do excuse me. Use a bit of tissue. Do excuse me. So this is where boundaries are so important. So this one was done amazingly. And last week she had a bottle of wine when she didn't want to. Couldn't understand why. And I asked her about her week. And her week had been so busy, so stressful, one day in particular, that she had come so far out of balance, so much in need of comfort that everything she knew to do, every strategy, every tip was just too far out of reach. Her energy, if you like, which is absolutely true, you bob along with what you know to do, what strategies you know to do, deep breathing, defocusing, whatever. And your energy, you bob along like this. You're never rigid, because if you were rigid and life hit, you'd break. We never break. So you bob along and your energy can go down. You can be tired, you can be hungry, you can be thirsty. These are more emotional energy sappers that I'm talking about. You can be worried about someone, you can feel unseen, unheard, you can be in grief, loneliness, boredom. But the lower down, the further out of your balanced energy you are, the further away the strategies that you know worked and they've worked before seem. You feel you can't reach them. You're just too depleted. And you drink with the intention of bringing yourself back into balance. It's not the result, but it is the intention. And whilst you hold the belief that alcohol offers you comfort and you find yourself really depleted, you will drink in your lack of awareness to bring yourself up in intention. In intention. The result is the next day you feel fed up, disappointed, confused, and all the rest. But that's all that's happening. You've come out of balance. Now, you might understand balance going down that way, but you also think, well, I do when I'm really happy and I'm having a wonderful time. Well, then your balance is your energy balance. You're still out of balance. You just are. And the worst, of course, is when you are having a good time and then you get bad news and then you're seesawing. You're always looking for balance. And you whilst you have the belief that alcohol brings you comfort, balance, connection, whatever, alcohol will be the thing you do. So that's basically what happened to this lovely lady. Do excuse me. And I explained that to her, and she told me about her week. And that just, it all made perfect sense to her, which was such a relief. And of course, I gave her these simple strategies to bring her back into balance that are so unique to my rapid alcohol control method. And she went away with new awarenesses, new insights, confidence. There is no mysteries around you why you drink, and there is no mysteries around why you slip up. There's no mysteries at all. You just can't see them. You're just unaware of them at the moment, if you like. And one of the things that really struck me again with this lovely lady, she had no boundaries. Now, here's the thing. If you don't create boundaries around yourself that protect your energy, that keep you in balance, or at least keep you in enough balance, because we get tired, we get fed up, things happen. This is life. It throws curveballs at you and it takes you down. As long as you're not too far out of balance, the strategies work, you can bring yourself up. But you need boundaries for that. And if you don't create boundaries that work for you, that protect you, other people will create boundaries for you that work for them, no matter how innocently they will. Their perception of what you might need might not be what you need. What you need might be something completely different. I remember asking one client, what did you need to do right then? And she just closed her eyes. She said, I needed to have a lavender bath with candles on. Oh my God, I need that too. Now, her partner, being new, didn't know that was something that would really like relax her and give her some space and time out and just lie in the bath for an hour. Oh my God, it sounds so lovely. Lavender with candles. Sounds heaven. So you need to create boundaries around yourself, not around alcohol. Alcohol's what you do when you're out of balance. Alcohol, what you do when you are in need of comfort. And the further out of balance you are, the stronger the desire for alcohol. And you keep yourself in that balance with the awareness, first of all, that that's what's going on, and then checking in with yourself and asking what it is you need. And secondly, by just becoming more aware of your needs and creating boundaries around them. With my clients, I get them to do a boundary statement. I've got a workbook on boundaries about identifying what their needs are. And if you think, well, I don't know, just think back to the last time you drank in a way you didn't like and then made you feel bad the next day and seemed like bloody madness because you've been doing so well. And ask yourself, what did I really need right then? Just judgmental criticism. What did I need then? What did I actually need to do then? And it might come up, I needed time out. I needed 10 minutes on my own. So that's telling you what one of your needs are. And you can get your greatest learnings from what hasn't worked, because then you can sort of say, okay, well, that didn't work this time. Alcohol, the pull of alcohol seems stronger. What did I actually need? What was I thinking and feeling? Your journey of changing your drinking is a beautiful one, and it is not supposed to exhaust you. It's supposed to enlighten you. So you then find out this is what my need was at that time, and you create a boundary around it. And you say, okay, so I needed this. Write it down so you have clarity if that helps you. And then you create boundary statements that you practice so that you say them with confidence and ease. Maybe you come home after work, and this is one of the biggest things I have with clients. Often they're, high-powered, hugely successful women. Well, we're all hugely successful women when our success isn't determined by our job. And they're busy during the day, and then they come home and they put down the mantle of working mum and they pick up the mantle of home mum. So they're treating themselves like machines. Say they left for work at 7 in the morning, they get back at 6 in the evening. Or even if you're just doing a split shift or something like that, you've still been at work with those responsibilities and you come home and you go into the next job and you run yourself like a machine. And quite often, one of the boundaries my clients have identified, I get them to identify their boundaries because they know I don't. I tell them how to implement the boundaries and how to create boundary statements, but I don't create their boundaries for them. I coach them to find out what they would be. But as I say, this I would never have said about I would now, the lavender bath and the candle. Bloody now. So then when you have identified what you need, I need 10 minutes, for instance, when I get home, I need to come in, I need to take my shoes and coat off. I need to have some space. I don't need the kids running at me. I don't need to be asked where the ironing is or what's for dinner. I need 10 minutes or 20 minutes or half an hour with a cup of tea, sitting on the bed, lying on the bed, reading my book, just to give myself a bit of space to breathe, and then I can get up and start again. So they know then that's what they need to do. So then you create the boundary statements that you practice. Listen, darling, when I get home from work, I'm exhausted and I need some space. So unless it's an absolute emergency, let me just get in, make my tea, lie on the bed, 20 minutes. Maybe sometimes it'll be a bit longer, but when I come downstairs, I will be ready to help and support you. Now, obviously, sometimes they're going to be emergencies where you are needed in the moment. But if you regularly do create boundaries, create the boundary statements that you deliver with grace and ease. Don't, I mean, if you try to create a boundary and this is what I need, people are going to be jarred by that and they're not going to really realize, they're just going to think you're some sort of, oh my God, she's doing it again, she's moaning it again. Deliver your boundary statement with great grace and ease. Do it on the broken record method if necessary, because this is a new you, isn't it? But you want to be a new you. You don't want to be a new you. You want to be the best version of you. And to be the best version of you, you need to have boundaries to protect yourself because you don't want to drink in the way you're drinking. And if you don't want to drink in the way you're drinking, you've got to change what you're doing. You've got to change the way you're thinking, feeling, and acting. So, but you've got to do it so that it's not stress and struggle. So figure out, decide what boundaries you need to keep you safe and in peace. Write them down. Create boundary statements that you deliver with grace and ease. Repeat them for the first couple of days if necessary until the family see you start to settle. Because when you're at your best, they get the best of you. When you're at your, everyone's taking a piece out of me, I haven't got any time, I'm just exhausted, you drink, you don't like that, they don't get the best of you, and they just get snippets of you, which doesn't fulfill them. You feel unfulfilled, they feel unfulfilled, and you drink. Changing your drinking is about changing your perception of your drinking, of why you drink in a non-judgmental, calm way, creating boundaries that protect your peace, that keep you in balance, just bobbing along, and delivering them. The responsibility is yours. The success will be yours. The peace, the joy, the happiness, the freedom, the control will be yours. And boundaries are crucial to creating the life of ease and comfort and peace and the real, authentic you with confidence and ease. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. And if you've got any questions or any comments, ask away. I'll check in regularly. And I hope it's Friday afternoon. I don't know when you'll see this, but whenever you see it, I hope you are kind and gentle with yourself and loving towards yourself, because it's the answer, really. And you have a lovely weekend or whatever it is. I hope you have a lovely day. Have a miraculous day. Take care. Bye-bye.